September. Some stuff is crochet, some stuff is knit, and just a couple other random things that I like to do in the fall. First off, we have this pumpkin. It is a Cameron's Cutes Creations pattern. It is here on YouTube. She does have a PDF pattern for all the sizes, but I absolutely adore these pumpkins. I made a few last year and gifted them all. I do crochet my stem instead of using a cinnamon stick. I just think it looks better, especially on the larger pumpkins. I like these look super great, especially with the bulky weight yarn, just very rustic. And then I made this last year, one of my first amigurumi projects. It is a bat. It's a zaddy crochet me zaddy pattern. It is on YouTube. It was pretty easy except for the wings were the hardest part, and I embroidered his facial features. These are pretty basic and consistent with a lot of amigurumi patterns, so I think it was pretty quick to make. And then this guy was made on a Centro knitting machine, the big one and the little one. I think there's only two, I don't know. And it was very fast. The YouTube tutorial is extremely easy to follow. I did embroider all of its facial features. And I really like him. And he was so fast to make. He's kind of similar size to my scarecrow. Actually, my scarecrow is huge. I lied. Excuse me. But I guess the body is. This took forever. Very cute, very different. But this probably took me like an hour to make. With sewing and not knowing what I was doing, pausing the video. Very cute. Very Halloween. And I think it's cute too. Like the crochet stuff, I feel like is super... I love gifting amigurumi pattern or projects, makes, whatever, to people. But sometimes the knitting machine ones are a little more, not practical to give away, but it's just like if it's going to a kid and they're going to be rough, it doesn't hurt my heart when one of these like gets messed up quickly because it took an hour instead of like a week. Let's put it back there. He haunts my house and that's his spot. Very cute. I love it. Yeah. As you can see, I love Halloween like every other crochet YouTuber, but super fun. All right, next I am gonna talk about very quickly my scrappy / stash busting cardigan that I have finally assembled, finally finished the squares. I actually did maybe like like a week and a half ago, but I needed to take a break from it. So I still have probably 3 rows of granny stitch to go around the edging. And then I will probably do a 3-inch ribbing here and here. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with the sleeves, but this was, for as annoying as it was, I think it turned out really cute. Very autumnal. I did go around with beige around every square, and I actually wasn't sure if I was gonna do that or not, but I think it really tones it down for how loud it is. The beige really helps like break it up. And I did do a whip stitch just to add, not really add, but keep as much like length as possible, because some seaming methods kind of like scrunch the squares. So I think the whip stitch really like keeps the whole shape of the square intact. I think it turned out cuter than I expected. Hopefully it'll be even cuter when it's done. All right, next I'm gonna chat about my blanket. I've had this blanket for a few years and it has held up so well. It is a seasonal blanket, so it gets broken out in September and I put it away in the middle of November. But it is not really pilly. It's still super soft. I used to make these in high school with my best friend at the time. We would make smaller ones with her grandma and like a bunch of other girls for charity to donate to a hospital for kids with cancer. And then, yeah, when I moved out and in with my boyfriend, like I really just wanted to make things like our own. And this was one of the first crafty things that I made for our house when we lived in Virginia. So I really love this blanket and I've made a few scents. I have gifted them. I have a little one for my cats that's pumpkins or whatever. And they're always really good gifts. And I think it's because they hold up so well and you do like a novelty fleece and it turns out really cute. I know Joann's does not exist anymore, but I got this kit when they were closing, so I'm going to make this Halloween no-sew blanket. And you can get these on eBay, Etsy. You can find, I don't even know if this is Joann's brand. Not Joann's ones. You can go to the craft store, pick out 2 pieces of fleece, trim up the fabric. You still usually have to trim these a little bit and make a fun little throw blanket. I think they're super fun. They're a little bit kiddish, but like I said, people always love these when I gift them. And they're so easy to make. So easy. And they're fun. You can have a cat on a tombstone on your couch. Who doesn't want that? And some people might not want that, but I want that. So this is not fabric related. This is paper related. My sister drew me this cute little scarecrow pumpkin patch scene when we were at the beach this summer. And for some reason, every time I go to the beach, I'm just like ready for fall. It's like as soon as I know I'm done at the beach, I'm like, okay, it's time for fall. So this has been on my refrigerator for 2 months almost. And I got this paper because I wanted kind of how this is like a frame. I guess I'm gonna add another frame to it. And I don't know if I'm gonna put cardboard on the back of this and glue some magnets to it, or if I'm going to order a magnet sheet online and just like put the whole thing on it. But it's cute, and I really am into the cozy, rustic, handmade vibes, clearly by some of the decor in my house, especially when someone in my family or one of my friends have made me something. And if it's seasonal, like I get so excited to pull out my Christmas bin or my Halloween bin and pull out little decorations that people have made me. And this is gonna be one of those things, and I'm really excited. I know it's a little cheesy, but I think this is a great idea. I will keep you updated on the final result, but I think this is a cute way to preserve crafts if you have kids, or if you have an artsy friend, or if you're the artsy friend, just to make little affordable handmade gifts. I think they're really cute. I'm really excited about this one. This is my favorite one out of everything. This one is what I'm most excited about. I've been meaning to do this since the beach, but now it feels a little bit more seasonally appropriate. I do want to pop in here and show you this knitted swatch that I have of the smash cakes. In one of my videos, I worked up a little bit of the brown, like caramel crunch one, and I accidentally vacuumed it up. So I don't know. I just wanted to see if it worked in my knitting machine, and it did. It looks cute. I don't think I'm gonna make anything with the knitting machine with this. I think this is gonna definitely be a cardigan that I'm gonna make. But in case you have a knitting machine, finding yarn is hard to work with it. Or finding yarn that works with your knitting machine is hard. And this one worked. I was so happy. Very busy, but if you have a knitting machine, these work. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of my video. My cat's okay. This is how he likes to be pet. So cute. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of my video. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you in the next one where I throw together a tutorial on how I make these granny squares and turn them into a huge chunky cardigan. So I will see you in the next one if you want to make one of your own. Bye.